Hello friends. Now we are moving on to chapter 1.4, expansion and contraction of demand. We saw demand schedule, demand curve and the law of demand, and we understood that whenever the price of a commodity falls, the quantity demanded by the consumer increases, other things being the same. As a result of the decrease or increase in the price, the quantity of demanded alone changes. Either it increases or decreases. So this is what is called as expansion and contraction of demand in economics. Whenever there is an increase in the quantity demanded due to the increase in the price, decrease in the price, it's called expansion. And whenever there is a decrease in the demand of the consumers of the same product, that is called contraction of demand. For a clear explanation of this phenomena, you have a figure in the page number 2.18, figure 3. Now on the y-axis, you have the price per kg, and on the x-axis, you have the quantity demanded for various prices. Now the consumer is at point OP, that is the price he is ready to pay for the commodity that he needs to buy. The quantity at the price OP that he is ready to buy is shown as OM. So where these two lines meet, that point is his demand at a particular price, leaving the other factors to be constant. Now when the price increases to the level of P12, that is up above the line in y-axis, his quantity comes closer to the 0, that is OL becomes the quantity that he is ready to buy at the shift in the price due to the increase in the price. Now you can see the demand decreases or contracts. Now little later, when the price falls to P1, he is ready to buy ON quantity of the goods. So what happens? His demand is expanded. That is what the demand curve shows in figure 3. I think now you would have really understood that according to the variation in the price, the quantity demanded either expands or contracts, and when it is joined, when the 3 points are joined, you get DD, that is the demand curve. This is what is explained very clearly in figure number 3. Now increase and decrease in demand. We said, or we assumed earlier that the determinant of the demand of a product remains constant, and we study only with regard to the increase or decrease in the price of the product at a given period of time. Really to say, will only price affect the demand quantity? No, there are other factors too which affect the demand. We have studied it earlier. So do they bring in any contraction or expansion of demand? Of course, it brings. Now we shall first take into consideration the income of the person, that is the consumer. When the income of the consumer is taken as a factor, we leave the price as a factor now. When the income increases, what happens to the quantity of the product demanded by the consumer? Say for example, you have been given a table there in page number 2.19. The preference of the consumer to buy a particular product at a given period of time. There are 5 preferences given. When the price moves from E, that is 1, then goes on to 2, 3, 4. And the quantity demanded when the household's income is rupees only 5,000 per month. When he is getting only 5,000 per month, and when the product price is 1 per unit, the commodity that has been demanded by the consumer is 60 units. When the price shifts to 2, he reduces it to 35. When the price moves to 3, he reduces it still further to 20 units. When the price goes to 4, he reduces to 15, and when the price moves to 5, he is ready to buy only 10 goods. For this, the same consumer, his behavior, he reduces the product when the price increases, but his income remains to be standard 5,000. Now what happens, or what would happen if his income is increased a little bit? Now in the next column you would see the quantity demanded by the same customer when his income is 10,000 per month. Like double the income he is ready to get now. At that juncture, the same price changes. How much is he ready to buy? Now see to it. E1 is the shift in the demand. If he is ready to buy 60 units, if the price is 1, when his income is 5,000, for the same price, when income is increased to 10,000, he is ready to buy 65 units. There is an expansion of 5 more units. Same way, for the next 2 rupee increase, he was ready to buy 35 earlier when his income was 5,000. Now he is ready to buy 40 units. When the price moves to 3, he was ready to buy 20 units when his income was 5,000. But now when his income moves to 10,000, he is ready to buy 25 units. Same way, when 15, it is 20, and the 10, it is 15. So the demand takes a move from the points saying, namely E1, D1, C1, B1 and A1. Now the demand curve is 2 types of demand curve is shown in the diagram underneath in figure 4. The first DD is when the income remains as 5,000, his demand up and down, increase or expansion and contraction due to the rise in the prices. But when there is an income increase in him, the consumer does not go or travel in the same curve. Earlier, when the price alone changed, the consumer's behavior was in the curve either upwards or downwards. But now the curve itself has shifted. The curve is moved higher. You can see D1 and E1, the second demand curve, like in the same diagram. Earlier, the first demand is DD. Now it is D1, D dash and D dash. You can see there are various points being plotted, and there are 2 curves here showing the demand of the product by the same consumer when his income level is different. When his income level is 5,000 and 10,000. So we say that there is a shift in the demand curve itself.